But I got my plasma this week and it killed me, bro. Knocked me off my... And it was because I was sick, that's why. When I get sick and I get plasma, that shit... It's like a punch to the face. It's like I get beat the out. A punch all over. It's harder when they infuse it. So for me, when I get my plasma, I get a lot of reactions, and it doesn't matter what brand I try, I always get a reaction to it. Unless the only way I will get like horrific reaction to plasma is if they run it really, really slow. There are people that get plasma run in 2-3 hours, 4 hours. I have to be on plasma for 8 hours. I have to run it super slow for 8 hours at the slowest rate that I could. I saw somebody say there's different brands. There are different brands of plasma because there are specific brands of plasma that are made for people who have specific immune deficiency diseases. So not every brand is gonna cover everything that you need. You know what I mean? That there are different brands. Just like there's also brands of plasma, since it's a human blood product. They have brands of plasma that have less sugar for people who are diabetic or less preservatives. They also have other types of plasma brands that have extra other stuff in it. That's for different types of stuff. So there's different types. There's different kinds. I'm not telling you what my brand is. It's very specific and it's very personal. Is it expensive? Yes, it is pretty expensive. Especially since I get it so frequently. Not only do I get it frequently, but I get a very high dose. So, can you do something while getting plasma? Yeah, you can. You can do anything, but when I'm on it, I get pre-meds and stuff, and I get meds in between, so I'm kind of bleh. So I kind of chill. There was a few times where I did get it, and I wasn't feeling too bad, and I ended up streaming while getting plasma. But I didn't tell you. There have been a few times, but for the most part, and it was only because I had an obligation that I could have missed, if it was a sponsor or something, or if it was something a big event, I just sucked it up and I did it, and then I would end really fast. But typically I don't like streaming when I'm on it because I'm very medicated, and you can tell when I've gotten it. Did you mean you had your nurse next to you? Yes. I did, but she usually leaves my room and she'll come back. She doesn't hang out around me a lot. She'll hang out initially for the first few hours, and then she's free to move about the house. And with my mom, my dad. What does she think? She thinks it's crazy. Well, my nurse has been with me for years. She's been with me for years. She's been with me since before I was Ironmouse. She's been with me way before I was Ironmouse. She's been with me for so many years. I think I first started seeing her in I want to say I don't know what year exactly, but she has been with me since before Ironmouse. So I remember when I first started streaming and we were talking about stuff and catching up. She was, so what have you been up to? What have you been doing? And I was like, oh, you're not gonna believe what I'm doing. And she was like, what? And I'm like, I told her about how I would go online and I would hang out online and try to see if I could find people to talk to. It's like, oh, that's nice. That's nice that you could talk to people online. That's really nice. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, maybe, who knows? Maybe I'll meet other people like me or something, or people that like my stuff. And then shit started taking off, and then it was a whole different discussion. And then I remember when I got the house, we hadn't started packing yet. And I was like, oh my god, I almost said her name on stream. I almost said her real name. Oh god, the drugs are kicking in.
So she's your Alfred, as Alfred is to Batman
mothers. Yeah. She was like, we hadn't started packing, and I had told her, oh, soon you're gonna have to find a different route to get to my place. And she was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, sometime soon, the next time you come, I'm gonna need to update you to give you better directions to come to my place. And she was like, what is that supposed to mean? And I was like, I'm moving. I told her that we were moving, and she was like, you're moving? Why are you moving? What happened? And I'm like, well, I told her how I paid off my mom's house and how we got a new place and stuff. And she was like, oh my god. She was like, wait, you're making money? You're making money now? And I'm like, Yeah. Yes, I am. It's turned out really well. And she was like, "How many people watch?" And I'm like, "A lot, but I don't pay attention to how much." And then my sister's like, "She was like at X amount this last time," and I'm like, Does your nurse always get your merch? I give her merch now. I never used to before. I was like worried and I was scared, but I give it to her now. She really, she really I feel so bad because she really wants one of my old plushies that we had. Do you guys remember that the first plushie that I ever sold? She wants one of those so bad, and I was like, oh my god, I have no way to get it to you because it was like really old. It was like really old. She doesn't watch my streams, but she has seen my clips like on YouTube and stuff. And it's only because her family like they found my clips like online. So then like one day she comes to my house and she's like, "So who's Connor?" And I'm like, "What?" Huh? And she's like, "Yeah, who is Connor?" And I'm like, that's my friend. And she's like, "I saw you guys do like internet stuff together." And I'm like, yeah, we do internet stuff together. And she's like, "Is he nice?" And I'm like, "Well, if he wasn't nice, I wouldn't be talking to him." If it wasn't nice, I wouldn't be talking to him. And she's like, "He seems kind of nice. He seems nice." It's like, "But he doesn't speak." She's like, "But he doesn't speak Spanish." And I'm like, "No, he doesn't." She's like, "That's okay. You could just teach him Spanish." And I'm like, if the nurse knows him, bro, my nurse knows everybody. At this point, she knows everyone, bro. She's all in the sauce now. My nurse is all in the sauce now. It's so funny. It's so funny. Well, she had asked me, she was like, "I have a question." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "If he comes to visit, can I meet him?" And I'm like, "I mean, you're gonna eventually, you would because you, I mean, I'm sure you would. What the It's so funny. She's so funny. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's so cute. But yeah, every time I see her, she's like, "How's?" She goes, "How's work going?" And I'm like, "It's good." She goes, "Because you have a job, something you never thought that you would have. This is your job, You told me that you were sad because you said you'd never have a job. And look, you have a job." And I'm like, it's pretty cool. I like it. Oh my god, I'm getting all like, she's super nice. She's super sweet. She's very cute.
Yup. Nurse is definitely your Alfred also suggestion about the plushie consideration for a re-release.
Yeah.
With addition of the blue heart for the IDF. So with that, there's an excuse of a new plush and a way to get her basically original like she wanted.
That's such a good idea.